Welcome to another WorkWell Command Center video tutorial. I'm Bob. I'm from WorkWell Software, and I'll be presenting a scheduling tutorial to help you to get more familiar with the WorkWell Command Center. Thanks for joining me. You can see that we're currently on the dashboard. To get to the scheduling, we find the calendar icon in the upper left. Click on it. It will bring us to the scheduling page. So here we see the schedule for this week. It consists of a number of jobs, leads, action items, and follow-ups. They're all color-coded. You can see the legend at the right. Blue indicates an event that's a job. Green is a lead. The reddish coral type color is an action item. And the blue-green color is a follow-up. So each of these rectangles are events. And we can look at them from a week view. We can go to a daily view. So this shows everything for today. We can look at yesterday, the day before. And we can advance forward in time as well. We can look at the weekly view. So this is all the activity taking place this week, all the activity next week, just by clicking the left-right buttons in the upper right. And of course, we also have a monthly view. It gets kind of busy. And we can even look at a yearly view. So the yellow rectangles indicate days when where there's been activity. That's this year. If we go to last year, we see it was a pretty busy year. So I'll go back to the weekly view. I tend to like the weekly view, so I spend most of my time there. So events have a start time and an end time. For example, this blue job here that I'm dragging has a start time of 8 o'clock, end time 9:30. And as you notice, we can change the start time just by dragging the rectangle. We can also drag it to a different day. And to change the duration, we go to the bottom of the rectangle and just change the size of the box. So now it's scheduled from 8:10 to 11:10. I'll change that to 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock. To learn more about this event, you notice there is some information within the rectangle, the name of the customer, the location, and the time. To gain a little bit more information, click on it. In the upper right, in this box, we get a little bit more detail. For example, in the bottom here, we see that it's assigned to Joe. So Joe's responsible for doing this job. And we see more about the location, the payment status. This job is worth $176 and it's not yet paid. So a little bit more information. We also can have multi-day jobs. You see this job up here, Howard Shelton. This is a three-day job. To delete an event, you have to open it up and to make any modifications to it. So, for example, go back to this Ivan Brewer customer. If we double-click on the event, since this is a job, this event represents a job. The job form opens up and tells us everything there is to know about this particular job and allows us to make any changes to it as well. We can also change the start and end time here. It's typically easier to do it on the scheduler. You can just drag it, but you can do it here as well. We can add notes. So you can add notes to this job. We can change the customer, so we can search for a customer or change something about this customer. And we can see the location. If you want to delete the job, go down here and click delete. The scheduler is currently showing all types of events. You see all the different colors. We've got jobs, leads, action items, and follow-ups because we've clicked all. Typically, we're more interested in just looking at one type of event For example, just jobs. So if we click on jobs under event type, the schedule will show only events that are jobs. So we see that we have a color scheme. We'll get into that a little bit later, tell you what that's all about. Some things to note though. We do have multi-day jobs. You see this Howard Shelton job at the top. And we have jobs that occur at the same time. So you can see on Monday, we've got several jobs all at the same time. In this particular company, we have 3 or 4 crews out there on the road, so we can handle multiple jobs at the same time. The color scheme that we have, if you look all the way to the right, we're highlighting the jobs based on the assigned worker. And under choose worker, we have all. So each worker is assigned a unique color. We could have chosen an individual worker like Scott, and now we see these red events. These are jobs that Scott is responsible for. I'll go back to all. As you scan through this, you'll notice that on Monday, worker blue has an overlap. So he has a scheduling conflict. This needs to be fixed. You probably have to call the customer and arrange a new time. On the schedule, it's very easy. It's just a matter of dragging the job to a new spot so they no longer overlap. So that's a quick illustration of solving scheduling conflicts. It also illustrates that you can reschedule a job just by dragging the event to a new time slot. To make a job end at a different time or have a different duration, just grab the bottom of the event and drag. This is quite simple. So scheduling on the schedule is just a matter of grabbing events, dragging them, and changing their size. And we can also change the day just by dragging to a new day. Now remove this scheduling conflict. Okay, so to learn more about a job, just click on it. So we'll click on this Ivan Brewer job, and up in the right here, this box shows some detail about the job. For example, the payment status and how much the job is being paid for, who's assigned to it, and so forth. To get even more information about the job, just double click on it. And then the job form for that particular job pops up, allowing you to add or modify virtually anything about it. So the color coding is useful in other ways as well. We can see that under highlighting, we can also highlight jobs that are not paid. So if we click on this, all the red jobs are jobs that have not yet been paid. Similarly, jobs that don't have invoices sent yet, jobs that are of a particular value. In this particular example, we're looking at all jobs that are worth more than $600. And we can change that threshold, for example, to $200. And these are all the jobs worth at least $200. So a lot of capabilities here, a lot of interesting things that you can do. Now you get similar capabilities looking at other types of events, like, for example, action items. So we've changed the view so that all the events being displayed are action items, and they're color-coded as well. So we can see that the bright red correspond to customer action items that are still open. Now it's customer action items that are closed. We can get a hard copy of the schedule at any time. You notice the icon at top here, this PDF icon. If you click this, a PDF is generated that you can print out. Also, we have this print icon in the upper right. This will create a .png image. So you could print this out as well. So there's 2 ways of printing things out. Also, another thing to note, we have the tour, scheduling tour, so if you need an overview of how things work, click on that eyeglass icon, and it'll walk you through some of the main features of the scheduling application. And for some more detail, some finer detail, click on the question mark, and you'll get frequently asked questions concerning the scheduler. So it'll dive you down deeper into an explanation for example, for finding available time slots, getting more detail about a particular event. Typically, you'll see a screenshot, an overview, and an explanation with some level of detail. Well, that's it. So thanks for viewing this tutorial. And don't forget, we have a lot of other tutorials available as well. And our website, www.workwellsoftware.com, has a great deal of material that might prove helpful in providing a general overview, along with a lot of examples of specifically how to do certain things.